What was the first U.S. mint in the Morgan dollar series to stop making the Morgan dollar? Well, the answer actually happens to be the most fabled of all of them as well. Our only Wild West mint, that would be Carson City. And the year would be 1893. But the good news, I got one of those. Let's take a look at it. So the Morgan dollar was introduced after we found silver, the Comstock lode out west, right? The largest silver find in America. The silver interests out west petitioned the U.S. government to make a new silver dollar with all the silver we have. We have lots of silver for the first time in our history. So now we can make a big dollar and make it part of our process, where we always saved our silver for smaller denominations in the past. So the Bland-Allison Act is passed in 1878, and boom, the Morgan dollar, named after the designer, George T. Morgan. So the Morgan dollar is here. Obverse, reverse, the largest silver coin put into circulation in U.S. history. It is a beauty, right? It is the #1 vintage coin in the world, not only just the U.S. So the Morgan dollar is made for 28 years, right? 1878 to 1904, and then again in 1921. I'll go over that a little bit later. But the 27 consecutive years is where the Carson City Mint lies. But inside of that, they only made 13 coins. It was 1878 through 1885, and then again from 1889 to 1893, and they closed their doors for good in 1893. Now, the Carson City Mint did make smaller denomination coins in the early 1870s. But when the Morgan dollar was introduced in 1878, it was only the Morgan. Only the Morgan. And tonight, we have the end of that era. The last Morgan dollar Carson City ever struck. Now, the holder you're seeing is called the Defender holder. It's basically it looks and feels like a certified holder. I know so many of you have coins, certified coins, NGC, PCGS, ANAX, ICG, the NUCAC service. So we were looking for a way to present the coins in a holder where you could store them all the same. And this is the same look and feel. So that way you can use it if you so choose, or it just jazzes it up a little bit, but doesn't add anything to the retail. That's the whole point. Does it add anything to the cost? That's on our side of the fence. It's just beautiful, right? Outright beautiful. I wish certified coins were this nice. All of our coins are hand selected, circulated, as you can see, which means the obverse, reverse are in tune with each other. They look similar. There's no big scratches or discolorizations, which are so common on a lot of these older coins. But now let's talk about the 1893 specifically. They made 13 coins again, as I referenced, right? The 1893 ranks number 5 with a mintage of only 677,000 coins. So kind of a tiny mintage. When you look at the average mintage being 7 to 8 million, this is way under that by a significant number. It's the end of the era, the last Carson City Morgan ever made. By competition, $1,200, $1,500, as high as $1,800. Look at our price tonight. We're under 7 on our coin. We'll look at it. Superior. Now, there's something else, though, to talk about. And I look at it all the time. I'm a numbers guy behind coins. I look at coins and I see numbers, as well as the fun, collectible nature of a lot of the stories, this being the most storied coin in the Morgan dollar series. If you look at the 4 lower mintage Carson cities, you have the 1885, the 1881, the 1889, and the 1880, in that order. And then the 5th coin is this one, the 1893. It's all about not how many were made, but it's the second chapter. How many are known out there in the world today, right? This is 100 and what? Yeah, 130 years ago, this coin was the coin. Not last year, not 10 years ago, 130 years ago. So, not how many they made back then, but how many are still known today. So we use NGC, PCGS, ANAX as just the barometer. If they made 1 million, how many coins did they see? In this case, if they made 677,000. How many of you guys seen in the last 35 years? If you add it together, NGC and PCGS together, every coin, all grades, 1893 Carson City, you're going to get 15,816 as of today. Think about that. Now, I brought up the other four, 1, 2, 3, and 4 in low mintages. Low mintages are part of the story, but how few are known is the other side, which is why this coin, in my opinion, is so undervalued in the Carson City area. Even more so than the 89cc, which is considered by many the holy grail of Carson cities. 1885 is 57,000 and change. 1881, 75,000 and change. Even the 1889 I just mentioned, 16,000 and change. And then the 1880, 39,000 and change. How many coins have we seen in 35 years? All grades. And then again, this coin, 15,816. So the others have lower mintages because this one has fewer sight, fewer seen, yet it's more affordable. Again, that 1889 Carson City is a $1,600, $1,700 when we have it. Competition's $2,500 to $3,000. And this coin is actually on par with it, actually a little bit rarer. Fewer of them seen. Here are some other things to consider. Remember the GSA, the General Service Administration, which was all the silver found in the silver vaults. A good number of them were Carson cities. In the 1970s, they had a number of auctions to the American public to own a Carson city. Right? There were no 89, 92, 93s. None. Actually, there was one each. Priceless coin. The 79, 90, 91 were minimal, very scarce. So it wasn't like this showed up as a GSA, where the others might have. And that's where it makes it even more fun, because the 89 and the 93 were non-existent in the GSA, and still this coin's a little bit rarer. Just a math thing. So join me with the end of the real era. 1878 to 1893, the fabled Carson City Morgan. 13 of them made, less than 2% of all the mintages, and this one being the last at 677,000. A key coin for the year, a key coin for history. Guys, let's put a 30-second clock up. I'm down to 4 coins. If you're visiting us via the web, avccoins.com, and thank you for that. Push this through your shopping cart, get an order number. If I can entice you, call us back a little bit later. We'll find your order. I don't want anybody missing out on this holy grail. Why? Remember 2021, everybody? We changed the design on the Silver Eagle, but we had a 100th anniversary of the Morgan Dollar program. And on May 24th, the Carson City Mint, right? The CC Mint mark was on 175,000 coins, which today sell for just shy of $400. 175,000 of them. That's the brand new one. This is the last of the originals, where my competition, again, $1,200, $1,500, up to $1,800. And we're at $699 while they last. You got to give us a call while they last, I should say. And thanks.